Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah and today we are going to be doing a highly requested bookshelf tour. Now I literally have I have some, but there's like no rhyme or reason as to why it's this way. Like some of the shelves are so random. The other ones are like more organized. And then it just kind of like makes sense in my brain. So I'm going to try and explain it as best as I can. So since we're already down here, we are going to be doing this shelf first. Now this one has like Greek mythology retellings, dark academia, some fantasy. Why they're all on this shelf, I don't know. I think I just kind of ran out of room everywhere else. And if you've seen my bookshelf posts like on my Bookstagram, you know that this is full. I have some retellings right here. This is the Hades and Persephone retelling series by Scarlett St. Clair. These are some Greek mythology retellings also. This one is like, well actually this isn't Greek. This is a Chinese mythology retelling. Then I have like some old books like The Gazebo, two of the Narnia books by C.S. Lewis, and then A Wrinkle in Time, and those are just kind of there. Then I have like this random Station 11. This is just like a general fiction, science fiction, one of those. Then some more retellings. I have the Blood and Ash series. I have the first book, Guild, and then Serpent and the Wings of Night. And then I also have this fantasy book, Timeborn by Sarah Samuels, which releases May 2nd. Don't forget. This is gonna be good. And then I have just like dark academia, like Babel, The Atlas Sex, Ninth House, Secret History. Then I have The Starless Sea and the Night Circus. I think that's fantasy. I honestly don't know what genre that falls into. It just is there. And then I have the Caraval trilogy. And then I have like the Iliad right there. That's like a Greek. I just put it there because it made sense. It's like Greek mythology. So it just had to go there. And now, right here, this is the shelf over. We have 3 Mariana Zapata books. Bridgerton, On the Way to the Wedding. I got this as a gift, and so of course I need to get the rest of the books at some point so I can read it. Book of the Month, romances, Lunar Love, The Bodyguard, and Georgie All Along. I'm pretty sure they're all rom-coms. Then I have some highlighters. But over here I have the Lancaster Prep series by Monica Murphy. Mile High and the Right Move by Liz Tom Ford. I used to have these on my book cart with like all my other hockey books, but then I got all of the off-campus Briar U books, so the books that were on that cart just kind of got moved. Then I have Rivals and Wicked, which are like rockstar romances by Piper Lawson, which I haven't heard anything about them, but I bought them a while ago because they sounded really good. So I would recommend checking those ones out. Then I have, these are like, yeah. I have the Dark Verse series by Runix. I think that's how you say their name. But yeah, I have those 5 books. Then that goes into the Maid series, which I really don't like the covers, but I like the spines, not the covers. Then I have Emily McIntyre's Never After series, and then the first 2 books of her Sugar Lake series. Yeah, I got these at Barnes & Noble, and there's 2 more books in this series that I'm probably gonna buy. I am gonna buy them. So that is that shelf. This is just like mafia-ish romance, and then like random romance that didn't fit anywhere else. Moving on. Now this is where it gets really, it doesn't make sense, but just listen. So I have the Boys series by Michaela Smeltzer. I got these the other day, so they had to go on this romance shelf. But then I have these 2 thrillers that I had to put here because they don't go anywhere else. So they're just on the shelf. But then I also have this one in the middle, which is a hockey romance but it's in the middle because I was doing it like by size, and this one was like smaller than this, bigger than this one and smaller than this one, so it had to go in between the two thrillers, so that's why it's like that. Then these ones are all mostly debut romance. These I got from the author, and then I like did it by size except for that one because this is a general fiction, not a romance, but it only fit right there, so that's why it's there. And then I'm gonna have to move all of these to show you. I'm gonna have to move all of these to show you what's back here. Now that those are out of the way, this is my Colleen Hoover books. They like fit perfectly here when I reorganized, and then I was missing, I like had an extra space, so then that's why this book, The X Talk, is there. So it's all Colleen Hoover and then The X Talk. Oh no. Yeah. So it's all Colleen Hoover and then the X Talk because it just didn't fit anywhere else again. Then all of these, I have Eloise and the Grump Next Door by Emma St. Clair and Jenny Proctor, Me Before You, Princess Ever After, Sun Is Also a Star, and then it's Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. Then Amy Lee's books, Set on You and X's and O's, and then all Christina Lauren right here. I love her. This is like, I think this is her most underrated book, and you all need to read it. Anyway, then I have like more rom-com. This is like, before I had to put those books up here, this was like my rom-com, not counting Colleen Hoover, but this was like my rom-com shelf. So now it's a little bit of rom-com and regular romance with Colleen Hoover and 2 thrillers. Anyway, then I have more rom-coms, Emily Henry, Allie Hazelwood, Alana Armas, which I'm really excited for her new book to come out. Very excited. Cheat Sheet, Worst Best Man, Partners in Crime. I got this book at my local bookstore, and this is like one of my favorite covers, I think. It's so cute, and I just love like the animation of it. Adorable. And then I have one more book that goes here. I have one in Rome, but I let my my sister-in-law borrow it, so she has it right now, but that goes there. And now to put these back. And the candle. Okay, so now over here it's like slightly more organized and makes a little bit more sense. But this is like my small town sports billionaire romance shelf. They all just go on one shelf. Up first, we have the Eden series by Debney Perry. This is one of my favorite series ever. I finished each book in like a day and a half because I couldn't put them down. Like, they were that good. And I want to reread them right now. They were just so good. I think about these books like at least once a day. Then going over, we have the Chestnut Springs series by Elsie Silver, which these covers are so cute. And I want to get the UK covers also because they are also cute. So the 3 of those were there. Then I have my Binding 13 series. So it's like sports romance, and then Say You Swear, which is like, I feel like I've heard people say that it's sports romance, but also small town romance. So I don't really know what this falls under. So it just had to go on the shelf. Then I have Lucy Score, her 2 books, Maggie Moves On and By a Thread. I haven't read either of those, but I've heard good things. Then I have Archer's Voice, which I have read, and if you haven't read this book, you need to read it. I'm going to talk about this book in my first video, which I go into a lot more detail in that video about why I love that book, but it's so good, and you just need to read it. Then I have Things We Never Got Over and Things We Hide from the Light. I read Things We Never Got Over, and it was a 5-star for me. So I'm really like excited but also nervous to read Things We Hide from the Light because I'm nervous I won't love it because I've heard like mixed reviews, but I'm excited anyway. Then I have like my billionaire romance, which they're all just Anna Hwang's books because she just does that so well. So I have my billionaire romance over there, and then on the end I have, this is A Small Town, The Brightest Light of Sunshine. This is a debut novel. It's about a man who is like the guardian of his younger sister, and he falls in love with like her dance teacher. And I'm pretty sure her name, yeah. So her name is Grace, his name is Samuel, but his nickname is Cal. So it's like a small town, grumpy sunshine romance, which I still haven't read it, but I've heard really, really good things about it. So I would recommend buying it because it's gonna be amazing. So that goes there. So that's my more organized shelf, at least in my brain. All right, and up here, oops, I have my, these are just organized like this because they're all white with like color on the spine, so they just went together in my brain. So I have the Addicted and Calloway Sister series. I just got the new cover, so I have like this extra cover. Look how pretty. I love it. So I have these two. So now this one has to go on the top and this one goes on the bottom. And don't ask me why they're all different sizes. I got them off Book Depository. I bought them on the same day, and when I got them in the mail they were all different sizes, and it just like, it hurt me. But you know what, we're gonna deal with it because I can't spend that much money again, and I'm gonna get the new covers anyway, so it's fine. Then I have the the Kingmakers and the Brutal Birthright series. Now I've heard that this is like the parents, this series is the parents and this is the kids. And I've also heard people say that the Kingmaker series, like about the kids, is like, what was it? It's like Hogwarts for mafia kids. So that's just what I've heard people say. So that's my white shelf because they just go together. And then if you haven't been able to figure it out yet, this is all my romance. This is like my entire romance shelf. And so then over here is the fantasy shelf. Since I'm already eye level, we'll just do this one. This is my Sarah J. Maas shrine. That's what I call it. It is all her books. I mean, that's it. I just have all of her books. I've read all of them. I just finished Kingdom of Ash, and I have never felt so heartbroken over finishing a series before. This series was literally so good. I honestly think that I liked it more than the ACOTAR series, but probably just for different, I like them both. I think I just like them for different reasons because this one is more like plot based, I feel like, and then ACOTAR is more like character and romance based. But like this one is also character based. They're different, but I love them both very, very much. And I'm very sad that I'm now done reading all of her books and I have to wait until January for House of Flame and Shadow. And I'm very impatient and I really want to read it right now because especially after the cliffhanger and House of Sky and Breath, if you've read this, you know that it's literally, I just need to find out what happens. So this is my Sarah J. Maas shrine. I even got the Barnes & Noble edition of Court of Silver Flames. And I wish that all the covers would come like this because I just like this so much more than the neon. But maybe that's just me. But I wish they were all like black and gray because I think it's so pretty. Then down a shelf right here, I have, these are like my novels by, these are not fantasy, but they don't fit anywhere else. These are my Christian novels. My mom bought them for me for Christmas and I'm very excited to read them all. This one is Redeeming Love, which my sister-in-law and a lot of my like family friends have read this and have said that it's really, really good. And a few of my friends on Bookstagram have read it also. So if you haven't read that, I would check it out. And then I have these 3, which are like mystery thriller novels by Christian authors. Which I think these 2 are historical, like fiction, historical setting. This one I believe is like somewhat historical, but also a little bit more modern. So those go there. I gotta make these. Then I have well, this is not, I tried to keep this like YA. This is a YA shelf. Yeah, that's a YA shelf, except for this book, because this is an adult fantasy, Anastasia by Sophie Lark. I haven't read this one yet, but I'm very excited to read it. And I love how in her books, she always includes like art in the pages. I just think that's really, it just makes it fun. So that goes up there just because I couldn't fit it up on the shelf with her other books. But then I have my friend made fun of me because I couldn't pronounce this, but Scythe, this series. I have the first 3 books in this series. I was gifted these ones by a family friend, and I'm just really excited to read them. When am I going to read them? I don't know, but at some point I will. Then I have the Shadow and Bone trilogy, but I won't read those ones until I get the Six of Crows duology, and I need to get those. But I'm trying not to spend money. But I want to read them because I want to watch the show, and I won't watch the show until I read the books. So it just is kind of like a snowball effect. Then I have Dance of Thieves and Vow of Thieves, and I really, really want to read those ones, but so many people like message me in my DMs and are like, you have to read the trilogy that comes before. So I'm like trying to find the ones that have like the illustrated covers that are like similar to these, and I can't find them anywhere except Book Depository, and I'm scared to buy from them because they're literally closing, which ruined my day yesterday. Then I have the what is this one called? The Winter's Curse trilogy, which these are all fantasy. I was given these 3 books by my neighbor, who is also a reader, and it's the most fun thing ever because she will give me like books when she's finished reading them, and it's like my favorite thing. So it's The Winter's Curse, The Winter's Crime, and The Winter's Kiss. So they're like YA fantasy with like a romance subplot, and they just sound really good. And then I have the Inheritance Games books, which are also from my neighbor. I am so excited to read these. I'm like so late to this trilogy. Well, I guess it's not a trilogy anymore because she's writing another book, but I am very ready to read these books, and I think I'm going to read them this summer when I have time. But I love them, and I love the covers. Then this, I have the Maze Runner series because this was my obsession in 8th grade, and I read all of these books, I believe, in the span of 1 week, and they were so good, and these books literally changed my life. I love these books so much, and I will never get rid of them because they were like the first series I ever loved. And I loved it so much I even bought, well, no, I didn't buy it. I even got like, I took the dust jacket off, but I even got a signed copy of The Fever Code because I loved it that much. And then over here, I got all of these books. Well, no, I got The Liar's Crown from Book Outlet, which I talked a little bit about in my book haul video. I'm really excited for that one. I got Belladonna from Target the other day, and I showed this one in my book outlet or my book haul video also, but like I am obsessed with the cover underneath because it's like wicked smooth and it just is so pretty, and it also has like end paper art, which I love. So that is I love that. And then next to those ones, I got this Cast in Firelight and Bound in Firelight, which is like a YA romantasy duology, and I'm just obsessed with the covers. Again, I talked about these ones in my book haul video, so yeah, but I love these. I'm super excited to read them, mostly because of the cover. And now to the final shelf. I have more on the top, we're not done. I have the Shatter Me books, which I cannot wait to start those books because I've heard literally so much about them. And I also feel like I already know what happens. It's kind of the same as like the ACOTAR series. Like I already knew what happened, but I know I'm going to enjoy the books anyway. I already love Aaron Warner and I hate Adam. Why? I don't know, but I just do. Then I have the, again, also from my neighbor because she's the best. Anyway, I got the Modern Fairy Tale trilogy by Holly Black, which, if I'm remembering right, these were like the first books she wrote that were like getting into the fairy stuff, but they're like super short, really pretty, and they like, I don't know if I can do it, but they like connect, like the vines, and I just think that they're really pretty, and they sounded really good when I read like the back. So I'm just really excited to read those ones. I've read The Cruel Prince, but I have not. I've read The Cruel Prince, but I have not yet read The Wicked Queen, or The Wicked King and The Queen of Nothing. And I'm really scared and excited to read those. Because I like had mixed feelings about The Cruel Prince. Because like I know the whole point is like he's mean to Jude, but like I didn't like that he was mean to Jude, and like it drove me crazy a little bit. But I love the book, and I'm sure I'll love the other two, but yeah. Then I have Stolen Heir, which is her like I'm pretty sure it's her newest book about Oak from this series, and I've heard everyone loves this book, so I'm very excited to finally read this one after I read The Wicked King and Queen of Nothing. Then I have the Ember in the Ashes series, again from my neighbor. I'm very excited to read this series, and I really love the covers. I think they're really pretty, and they kind of remind me a little bit of like the Maze Runner, Divergent, Hunger Games era. But I'm really excited to read these, and I hope that I can read them soon. I'm really excited for those ones. And then over here, I have The Shadow Between Us, which is a YA romantasy. I think it's like, I almost said it's forbidden romance, but it's not forbidden romance. Just a YA romantasy. And now for the final top, wait, no, this isn't the end. I literally have a book cart over there. We're not done yet. Anyway, I have this top. This is The Great Gatsby. It's the only classic I think I've read so far, but I really, really liked it. If you have a hard time with classics and like the language that they use, this one was really good, and it's really quick, but it was really interesting and really entertaining to read. Then I have The Violent Delights and Our Violent Ends by Chloe Gong, which is like a Romeo and Juliet retelling. And then Foul Lady Fortune, which is supposedly like with some of the characters from the Violent Delights books. So you have to read these ones first before this one. And she's releasing a second book to go along with the Foul Lady Fortune. I think it's called like Foul Heart Huntsman or something. It's like the sequel to that one. And then I have these two thrillers that I got from like a thrift store here in my town. It's called Other People's Clothes and then Carnegie's Maid, which is like that one's like a historical fiction. And then here I have The Family Game, which is a thriller. Here I have The Light Pirate, which is like a dystopian book. Then I have Defy the Night and Defend the Dawn, which is a YA fantasy, which I'm really, really excited to read them. Then I have Legendborn and Bloodmarked, which I'm also excited to read them. I have not read any of the books at the top except for The Great Gatsby. So, if that's any indication of my addiction to buying books. Anyway, then I have Once Upon a Broken Heart and The Ballad of Never After, which I haven't read these ones, but did I buy the third one? Yes, I did. Then I have Darling Girl, which is like a Peter Pan retelling, and then Little Women with this like special edition cover, which is so cute. And I'm really scared to read this just because I feel like it's gonna be boring, but I'm gonna read it anyway. Then I have Where the Crawdads Sing. I haven't read this one, but I watched the movie, so I feel like I don't need to read this one. Unless you guys tell me I need to read it. Then I have All the Light We Cannot See, 2 Frederick Bachman books, Beartown and A Man Called Ove. Then I have this fantasy series, The Inheritance Cycle, which is also, again, from my neighbor. And then I have a lot of, I'm not going to get them down just because there's so many, but then I have more like general fiction over there. Now for the book cart. This is my Lauren Asher shrine. I love Lauren Asher like more than anything. I love her. Her books are amazing. I've read all of them. I'm reading Final Offer right now, and I'm literally only 1 chapter in, and I love it. So that is all of her books that go right there. I will never move them. They deserve to be right here with only her books. They just need to be here. Then underneath, again, there's literally no, I don't understand why I have this organized the way I do. This is mostly because I just can't fit them anywhere else. So I have the To Love Jason Thorne, To Hate Adam Connor, Hardest Fall, and Marriage for One by Ella Mays, which I'm really excited to read them. Did I like halfway buy these just because the covers are so cute? Yeah, I did. But I know a lot of people love these books, so I'm really excited to read them at some point. Then I have 3 Taylor Jenkins Reid books. I've read Malibu Rising, and I really liked that one. It was like the first like general fiction I read, like not romance, and it was just like really good. Like I loved it. So I had to get Carrie Soto's back because Carrie Soto is introduced in Malibu Rising. So I'm probably gonna love this one. And then I got Daisy Jones and the Six because I wanted to read it before the show, but I ended up watching the show. I really liked the show, so I don't know if my opinion will change after I read this book. So I'm kind of scared to read the book now because I really enjoy the show and I don't want to not enjoy the show. Yeah. Anyway, then I have I have Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter, which I've heard really cute things about this book, so I'm excited to read that one. I know it's gonna be really cute and fun, and I'm gonna enjoy it. And then I have The Runaway Groom by Megan Quinn. I haven't read any of her books yet, so this is the first book of hers that I own, so I'm excited to read it soon. Then I have the Magnolia Parks series, which I'm really scared to read this series just because everyone is like, I hate the characters. And now for the actual final part of the video, I have my hockey romance area. So I have Offside by Avery Cleenan, which I've heard that it was originally like a book on Wattpad, but I know that this is gonna be good because I've heard a lot of good things about it. Then I have the Consider Me and Play With Me books by Becca Mack, which I am so excited to read, and a booktuber, bookstagrammer that I love, Books with JB, honestly convinced me to buy these ones, and I know that she loved them both, so I'm really excited to read them. Then I have 2 copies of Icebreaker. One is a signed copy from the Strand bookstore, and the other one is the original, and I think I'm going to buy the one that has the purple spine, because I'm pretty sure that the purple spine matches, or will match, the rest of the books in the series. And my series have to match, because it kills me if they don't. And then, finally, I posted about these on my Bookstagram. I finally have all of the off-campus Briar U books. I used to tell myself that I would never buy these books because of the covers. Because even though I own them, I hate the covers. But I was given the first book, I was given The Deal, and I was given The Chase. So those are the first books in the series. And so, of course, I had to get the rest of them because that just is what I need to do. And then back here, I forgot this part. Like back here, I have my Christmas books. So those just go there. So that is all for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. For more frequent posts, follow me on my Bookstagram, because I'm mostly active on there. But yeah, thank you guys for watching.